So if you're looking for a deck to climb with, then you can be, you know, assured that you have maybe a little bit of a fighting chance against a list like that. So here's another, I'm imagining Plaza list where they're running Lucian over Callista, which means they're going to have a lot more early game. The Callista wants to go for like the harrowing value and like reviving Wraith Callers for Mist Wraith stuff. The Lucian version is going to go for Lucian and Senna and just try to rally in the early mid game and kill you. So we have Zoe turn 1. Again, we're looking to try to buy Crescent Strikes. Hush can help us interfere with the Lucian Senna interaction. And we got Scorched Earth for Plaza, and then Solari Priestess, maybe to get a comment against the Hecarim. So this hand is almost perfect, I'd say. The only thing I'd maybe try to go for is, since we're attacking on turn 2, is if I'd open with Lunari Duskbringer, and then Dusk Petal Dusk Diana would allow us to counter Lucian. That would be, I think, the true dream. But this is also fine. Zoe turn 1 is always a fine play with this deck. Except into probably Go Hard. I probably wouldn't play Zoe turn 1 into Ezreal or Go Hard, where they just turn 1 Thermo or something. Maybe it's correct, because Zoe eating a Thermogenic Beam saves some of your bigger stuff down the road, so I guess it just kind of depends on what the rest of your opening hand is. So let's get a Crescent Strike. Shield Bearer is also dope for defense. Zoe, she has to connect at least once in the Plaza matchup, because once they get the Plaza down in Challengers and stuff, they just clear. Wonder what my opponent's thinking about. Do they run Vile Feast? You should definitely Vile Feast if you have it here. They're worried about Pale Cascade maybe, but I think the threat of Star Chart for Crescent Strike is just so high against a Plaza deck that you really can't run that risk, which is what Zoe really does for you. So next round, we've got Scorched Earth for their Plaza. It's also great too when you're attacking on, they're attacking on odd turns, so they don't get Plaza on 3. You know what I mean? Where if I'm attacking on odd turns, I attack and then they Plaza, and then they have it immediately on round 4. So they Plaza here, and then it's awkward for me for round 5. So because they can't attack with the Plaza buff next round, I actually don't need to Scorched Earth it immediately, and I can Solari Priestess here instead. I said I wanted Comet, and I'm kind of second guessing myself here when the Golden Sister is just staring me right in the face. But if they play Hecarim or Cythria or something ridiculous and then we just Comet, it might just win us the game. And so now the token passes back to us, we have first action, and then we Scorched Earth. So they can't take advantage of the Challenger to answer Zoe. They don't get any like Grizzled Ranger shenanigans. Opponent taking a lot of time to think here, which I'm... Oh. I wasn't expecting Haunted Relic. This is fine, though. This is fine. Because, again, we take out the Grand Plaza, and whatever they're trying to set up for just kind of gets bullied out. So we'll do this first. Unfortunately, it means we lose out on the buff on Solari Shield Bearer, but something's got to give, and I'm willing to take that. And they did have the Grizzled Ranger. Good. Ooh. I've got Spacey Sketcher into Hush for that. Let's discard the... Oh, man. This is tough. This is very tough. Since I cleared the Plaza, I don't necessarily need the Crescent Strike off of Star Chart. And it's not guaranteed. The Scryer gives me value. I'm going to get rid of the Shield Bearer. It's greedy to keep double Hush, for sure. Greedy to keep double Hush. I'm going to take the Equinox. Good for Senna. Taking Moonsilver to discount the Falling Comet would also be a pretty dank play. I think they're scared now. So another Plaza, but nothing to set up with the Plaza this turn. I could just Scorched Earth it. That's a really sweet top deck against that. I Scorched Earth, and I'd have mana for Scryer. And if they attack, I just Hush instead. Yeah. Just choke them out. This is the purpose of the card in the deck. I might as well use it. Rather than trying to get cheeky around them having another Haunted Relic or something. And then we're just sitting on Hush for Grizzled Ranger. Also important to note that I didn't give away that I pulled Equinox last round, even though I could have just husked the Grizzled Ranger then. They could Sharp Sight here, so it survives. Nice. And we'll just pass. They still do get the Scout off of Grizzled Ranger because that activates as soon as you lock it in as the attacker. So they could still summon a 2-drop here and swing. I wonder if I would want to go for Star Chart into Serpent or something just to get one blocker here. Oh, never mind. I'll take 3 damage. Hell yeah. I don't think that's a very good use of Haunted Relic, to be honest. You just want to sit on that, wait for it to flip your Lucian or something. So now we get Scryer. This is kind of rough though. I almost rather should have, I actually probably, if I thought a little bit further ahead, I should probably have taken Moonsilver because then I can get the double discount on the Comet to answer Hecarim this round. Ugh, because if I Scryer and then they play Hecarim, then I'm like just sad about my life. I can't just take time off like that against a deck like this. I need to have bodies in play. If you just play like just defensive over and over again, they'll eventually get multiple things to stick, right? Yeah, so they do have the Hecarim. I can attack. They are not afraid of anything. So we'll just take the hit. Star Chart. There's the Crescent Strike. I was thinking, okay, so I had a really weird idea there where I could swing in and they wouldn't run the risk of blocking with Hecarim so I can get 2 free damage. But if they do block, it sets up for Meteor Shower. I couldn't do the Meteor Shower that turn because I lose the discount. But that's sort of what I was thinking there. 100% go for the open attack here. What? They're trolling. You can develop the Grand Plaza afterwards. Just get your 5, 6, 7, 9 damage. Like, Jeebus. Gotta be kidding me. I'm gonna go for Diana here. Actually, no, I can go for Spacey Sketcher if I want, because I'm gonna Hush the Grizzled Ranger, so it'll still trade up. It's just a matter of what I want to discard. Yeah. I guess it's Equinox. And Serpent? Charger. I'll take Serpent. I'll take Serpent because I need something cheap to play as a blocker. This will maybe allow me to pull a Lucian or Senna into a specific position in combat so I don't get owned. And we're in the unfortunate position where I've done a good job of answering all of my opponent's stuff, but I am also running very low on resources. And that is a God tier top deck. We get to open up with the Serpent for 0 mana, so we can still play the Eclipse Dragon and generate 2 things. Ooh, that's amazing. Big shout out to Eclipse Dragon. 7 mana, 7/7, draw 2 cards. Yes, please. So they're just going to go like that for defense, which I'm okay with. Into Smeckle Rim. Okay. Forcing them on the awkwardness of developing is great. They get to play one more thing though, so they can pull the Eclipse Dragon to the side. But then I just Crescent Strike. Yeah, see, so they're just gonna go for the attack here. Hecarim does level up. These can't challenge because you lock it in. They get summoned after you lock in your attack already. So we get to clear Hecarim, and we just block one. Maybe they have Mark. We haven't seen Sharp Sight yet. Judgment would have been hysterical there. And now, I am... What am I worried about? Another Hecarim into Pursuit. So maybe I want to keep Falling Comet mana up. No, I still have the Crescent Strike. So we'll play Scryer first. And there's another Crescent Strike. I don't think I need another... It's like, I feel like I have enough bodies at this point. So I think we just take the safety of Crescent Strike. Because I don't have an answer for this third Plaza. I don't have my third Scorched Earth. And I still have mana, again, to play the Warrior and still have mana open for Crescent Strike if they go for Summon plus Pursuit. So really fortunate we didn't have to deal with any Lucian shenanigans this game. It was mostly pretty tame. Grizzled Ranger does a lot of work, and then into the Hecarim. But I'm confident I can run them out of resources. And round, cool. And now, I get another really solid open attack. Stalking Broodmother could be hysterical. Depends on what they have. So I'll just take my damage, I think. Again, I'm just worried about something like Harrowing or Haunted Relic just developing a ton of blockers. We can play Stalking Broodmother here. They just want to end the round. So no Relentless Pursuit, which means I can develop Diana here if I wanted. Again, just having bodies in play I think is correct. And they can't open attack with just a Lucian, so that just further puts them into get bullied by Crescent Strike range. I can Comet the Lucian. And because he's obliterated, does that count for Senna? I guess I could do the science. I've actually never seen that interaction before. If you obliterate Lucian, does it still flip Senna? And I don't think it technically doesn't, right? Because obliterated units don't trigger their last breath. Complete remove from game doesn't cause last breath, cannot be revived. Do I have to do the science? Okay. We got to do the science. I don't know if this actually works. It doesn't. It works. Hilarious. We obliterate Lucian so Senna doesn't flip. Oh, they had the Chronicler of Ruin as well. Yeah. Cool beans. I think we be mean here. Because now they only have one card left. We just keep them from attacking. That way we keep board advantage. And if we Crescent Strike this, then we can just drag one to the side and everything else smorks. I think I'm also going to cash in one Pale Cascade here, just to draw a card. Yep, there it is. The Anti-Plaza technology coming through heavily in that game. And it doesn't always work out that way, right? You don't always have Scorched Earth. They don't always have multiple plazas either. So sometimes you can use your other Scorched Earth to answer Hecarim. Like on, for example, that trade where I value traded to chip damage. That allows you to set up Scorched Earth very easily with your other Shrimpy units. Okay, Scouts. This is going to be a little tough. It's going to be a little tough. We want the Zoe early for sure. This is actually fantastic in terms of early game. We probably don't need Spacey Sketcher. We can just keep this whole hand, I think. We've even got the attack token going first. So setting up Zoe to start giving us Crescent Strikes will just carry us through this entire matchup. This version is tweaked, of course, again, to have Scorched Earth. So we can answer Plaza, and it just turns it into a normal-ass Scout deck. There's potential for them to play Plaza and then draw multiple Plazas, which is really awkward for them, but nice open attack. Just get your damage in. Knows that I can just block. I'm gonna pass. So now I can star chart and pass. Depending on what they summon, I can go for Diana. There's my Crescent Strike. First pass. Unfortunately, when you're playing against these more aggressive decks, they pretty much are forced to develop. Because if they pass back to me and I end round, they're sad. Because then they don't get their Plaza on 3. Yeah, just Misfortune. It's actually really bad for me. I don't have Pale Cascade to answer. I'll still go for the Diana, though. Sharp Sight's really bad. But they're just going to take it. And it's maybe too risky for them to swing with Misfortune. They're going to have to develop first. And if they develop Plaza this turn, then it's a really huge tempo loss for them. And I can just sit on this Crescent Strike for the Cytherea turn. Smart attack. Smart attack. Do I want to take this hit or not? I'm going to keep the Diana alive just because it'll make my subsequent copies of Diana into Pale Cascades, which is something I just really want in my life. We'll scry her here. Meteor Shower. Meteor Shower gives me an answer to this Misfortune, which I can't really answer right now. I have plenty of units in hand already, so I don't need the Messenger. I think this is fine. Just take Meteor Shower. This deck runs triple Sharp Sight, 1 or 2 copies of Riposte here and there. And there's the Plaza. Unfortunately, no Scorched Earth, but we can work with this, I think. Spell Thief is godlike, too. I'll Shield Bearer. We get a 3/6 that we can swing in with pretty safely. And maybe I just bluff the Pale Cascade. Here's Quinn. The fact that developing that on defense is huge for me. I like the... I guess we kind of need to go for the Meteor Shower here at this point. Zoe's days are numbered. Forcing a Sharp Sight would probably be the dream. We want to keep some units alive, however. But this is where it starts to go south. Yeah, see, there's the Sharp Sight. I can Astral Protection. Zoe still dies to that. I can Spell Thief the Sharp Sight later on. So... yeah, I guess we just kind of gotta let this go through. But now they can't Sharp Sight to defend against the Meteor Shower. So we'll Meteor Shower to clear the Misfortune. I'm thinking about maybe Scorched Earthing Quinn. Valor doesn't matter because of the +1/+1. So I guess we just send the 1 damage over here onto the Butcher. Makes it easier to trade up into with Diana or Mountain Scryer. We have Crescent Strike though. This is our big advantage in the matchup, is to get value out of Plaza. They can't really open attack you. And the no Pale Cascades is really sad, even especially since I focused on keeping Diana alive. Another Crescent Strike. So I suppose the question is do I let this go through? Let me think. Because if I Crescent Strike here, I'm still left in a really awkward spot. They lose out on the scout value of Valor and Misfortune. Yeah, I'll do it. Yep, and I'm happy with this trade. Give me that. Just get a body off of the board. So now we... oh, there's the Scorched Earth. But we're going to Solari Sunforger first. Heal, take a chump blocker. This version's not running like Garen or anything scary. It's just very tempo-oriented with the scouts. I suppose the dream is for them to spend all their money on something really big like a Cytherea here. So they pass. Okay. Let's swing. If I had Pale Cascade, like, I could threaten so much harder, but they're just going to take the damage. I love that. Even without Plaza, they still have, like, a really strong board setup right now, but... Oof. And usually you want to wait and develop the Grizzled Ranger when you have the attack token. But I guess that tells me these two cards are buffs. Oh, it's a Pursuit. Okay. Cool. This is great because this Solari Sunforger still has lifesteal, so we're offsetting a lot of this damage.
Just like hunting thresher geese. Love ya.
This is really unfortunate, though. They curved out super well with the misfortune into Quinn. Oh, yeah, and then I just die on open attack because my board's gone. Jesus Christ.